What's up to all my scrappers, junkers, haulers of all kinds? Gold Champ here from Golden Fields Enterprises. Got a very exciting video for you today. We got a couple of monsters. That's a 26-foot flatbed, almost completely full with just 2 units. We're getting ready to break them down, get that Freon recovered, and see what this is all worth. I've been waiting to get some units like this, and these are the biggest ones we've ever gotten. I already got a price quoted for what I would get if I sold them whole, but you know I can't resist breaking down a good air conditioner. So we're gonna rip these suckers down. I'm gonna load them up. We're gonna take the whole thing in with nothing else added in. We're gonna see what we get, then we're gonna add those weights up and see what we would have gotten selling them whole. So we got another price comparison coming at you here. And without further ado, let's get at it. Okay, so this one had no pressure at all, very little pressure in the first one. Now, as you can see, we've got 2 compressors in each of these machines. That means there are 2 sides to this machine that have to be recovered. So we're gonna wheel around to the other compressor, even though we could probably do it from this side. I always like to be safe rather than sorry. So we're gonna probably, although we really could just punch into this line here. We'll punch into this line here and see if that does the trick. There should be pressure in the other half of the machine from what I was told by the techs. So we're gonna punch in right there and see if there's any pressure. If not, we'll wheel around to the other side. We're moving right along. We're gonna chop some copper off these bad boys now. I decided to take the angle grinder out for a spin, see how that cuts through this copper, because I want to use it. I'm gonna cut those motors off. The bolts are in a weird way. I'm gonna wind up pulling bolts and pulling that whole housing apart just to get the motor off. I'm sure there's an easier way that an expert would be able to show you, but I'm just gonna chop the damn thing off. Okay, so we got it rocking on this side. Sometimes that needle on this piercing valve doesn't really want to go through there, and down there didn't actually puncture it. So I went to a smaller pipe, punched in there, and we were reading a little bit of pressure. We've already got a couple ounces out of that, so we're gonna let that run for a little while, start pulling screws off other parts. Oh yeah, baby. Pulled a couple panels off and look at what we found. I knew those pipes were going somewhere. We got our bonus coil. We got 1. We got 2. We got 3. We got 4 monster ass coils. I mean, these are going from coast to coast on this bed here. This bed is 8 feet wide. And with a few inches to spare. These are like 7 feet long. And God, I don't know, 3 or 4 feet tall. These are some big ass coils. I am really, really excited to see how much these end up weighing and what we pull out of these bad boys. I am more and more thinking we're going to exceed my hope of hitting $1,000 on these bad boys. We might blow right past that and make some real good money. We're about an hour into this. We've got 1, 2, 3 out of 4 coils torn out. We got some big old motors that we need to yank off, plus 3 of these that are pretty damn big size motors as well. We got to get the socket attachment up here, pull those bad boys off, and then start working on digging into the back side of that one, which is going to be a little tougher because it's up against the pallet jack there. We'll find a way. But boy, oh boy, are these things juicy. These bad boys are fully gutted. There might be some little piece here and there I missed. And we still got to cut the coils. But these suckers are in pieces. All that's left now is to get out the whacker, sort it out. And don't worry, I'm going to cut those coils. Those are worth it, in my opinion. But we're going to call it quits for today, and we're going to get back at it Monday morning because the family is up and they are making bacon. And I am starving. So we'll get back at it Monday morning. We'll finish this little project off and we'll see what we got out of these bad boys. I'm pretty excited to see what kind of money we make here. All right, people. Monday morning. We're back at it, dealing with this big old mess that we made Saturday morning. Put about 3 hours into this, and it could have been done faster if I was just a little bit more organized and prepared for a job like this. Wasn't as well set up as I could have been. So I was dancing around on these machines, climbing around, not making it as easy as possible for myself, but that's all right. We got them done. They're fully broken down. All we got to do is move this pile and sort it, which is what we're getting ready to do now. And we're going to sort these out and we're going to get them to the dump and see what this was worth. We got Jeff's truck clear. That was step number 1. Got that done. Need to empty those bins out. They had a little bit of metal in them. But we're gonna have to put just a little more time in on these bad boys. Not much, I think there's just a handful of screws I can pull to make this work. But it was just a little too much for the whacker to get up and over the side of the trailer. So we're gonna see if we can't just pull what's along the bottom down here and separate these sections from each other. And if we can do that relatively easily, then we should have this thing torn up and loaded in a short time. We got to get Jeff's truck ready so he can get on the road. Folks, we got it all broken down and loaded up. Just need to throw a few more straps on some things and we're going to be good to go here. I'm going to finalize this load and get out on the road. Okay, so we got the results from cashing in those rooftop units. Let me get that out of that glare there. Find a better spot. So our total is $1,176.22. You can see what we got for each different item and our total weight at the end of it. And so I was offered 10 cents a pound for the units whole. At 3,078 pounds would have been $307.80. So the difference from scrapping it out was $868.42. Took me about 4 hours to do that. So that comes out to $217 an hour. And keep in mind that that was not the fastest we could have done that. Not by any stretch of the imagination, actually. That job came in last minute and I was not expecting it. I wasn't ready for it. So we rearranged our day. We went and got those and I took care of it over the weekend. If we had ourselves prepared and set up for those, we could have had them fully scrapped out in half the time easily. And if we were like the big dogs with the big machines, we could have just grabbed them and ripped them apart. They don't typically get every dime out of them, every wire and all that. But you could have still gotten the majority of the money, easily $1,000 worth of scrap, even if you left some of it in there and didn't pull every last piece out like I did. And it could have been done in a matter of minutes though. So we're talking $1,000 in 10-20 minutes is what, you know, you could pull off with like a giant excavator or the cranes they use, the material handlers they use at the scrap yards. But for us little guys, a sawzall and a drill, some wire snips and bolt cutters, you can knock this sucker out. And I believe you could cut that time down significantly if you were prepared and set up for it. The right tools, a good way to unload it. I scrapped them right there on the truck because they were just too heavy for the whacker to lift. Too long and heavy, really. But we made some pretty damn good money off that. I'll take that any day of the week. And I hope this helps you guys to make your decisions in your journey as you get commercial units, rooftop units, and you're deciding whether to scrap them out or not. Thanks for watching. If you want any of the tools you see us using in the shop, then click the link down below to start shopping on Amazon. We're a part of the Amazon affiliate program now, and that would really help the channel to grow. And if you like the videos, please like, subscribe, and share them. And as always, be relentless.